This is my #1 question of all time. Ashney, I don't know what to do. There's only one person in my chat, and I don't know what to say, and I don't know what to talk about. How do I get viewers? What am I doing wrong? Come a little closer, young Padawan. Let me help you out with this problem. This is very common. A lot of people go through this. Everybody starts at 1 viewer. Everybody starts at 0 viewers. There are people with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or 20,000 views now that all started at 1 viewer. This is very common. We have all been there. So I'm going to give you guys my 3 top tips about how to get more viewers. Tip #1. So tip #1 is be innovative. Innovate new things to do on your channel. This innovation and this creativity can come from anywhere. I personally choose to browse the Amazon Prime app and look through all the awesome kids toys that they have on there for what I can do on my stream, but you might be into something else. It's extremely important to innovate on Twitch because there are 100,000 streams that have all done the exact same thing multiple times. But the best streams that you will have and the most creative streams that I have ever had have pulled the most viewers for me. For example, a way that I was really innovative back in the day, this was before social eating was a thing, and this was kind of against the terms of service back then. I'm not sure. But anyways, I did a giveaway stream for ingredients in a smoothie. So I would play a game of Dota, and then I would do a giveaway. And that giveaway, that person would be able to choose an ingredient to put into the smoothie. I did 10 of those, and after 10 games, I mixed the smoothie together and I drank it on stream. And I got a lot of organic reach from that because people had never seen it before. There are so many things on Twitch that you know have been done a million times, like the wheels, the chat wheels, the donation wheels. Like if somebody subs, you get to spin the wheel. That's been done so many times. Snapchat giveaways, all sorts of stuff. It's all over the place, and people do these things because they work, and that's totally fine, and you should definitely pursue things, even if they are popular, if they work for you. But at the same time, being innovative is so important for your channel because it makes you an authority figure. People will look to you and they're like, wow, that's really creative, and you never know whenever your idea is going to become the next donation wheel. Innovation is also really important because people want to feel like they're a part of something new. People know they're looking for that next intimate moment. They're looking for something crazy to happen a lot of the time. You definitely have viewers that come in that want to support you and that don't really care if too much is going on, but the main audience on Twitch, they're looking for something unique. And so if you innovate these ideas and you bring your creativity and your personality into your channel, that's going to help you grow so much more than just by copying somebody else. You want to be the best version of yourself that you can be. If you need to embellish your personality a little bit because you are naturally extremely introverted, that's totally fine. As long as you connect with your audience and you communicate with them, it's totally fine. But you need to find that thing that you can innovate, that you can bring, that is new to Twitch, that nobody has done before, that will make your channel stand out. And that is why niching is so important. A lot of people recommend niching down. In the digital marketing space right now, this is huge. If you think that your idea may not appeal to enough people, that's probably a good thing. So niche yourself, find your innovation, find your creativity, and put something different out there into the world that hasn't just been done before. Don't just sit behind your computer and game and expect viewers to come to you because you're not doing anything different than the 400 other 1,000 streamers that are doing that exact same thing at the exact same time. So be innovative. I promise it will pay off if you just show your personality and show your creativity and your likes and your dislikes, and don't worry about what other people think. Tip 2. Do I even need to put this in the list? Apparently, yes, I do, because a lot of people mess this up. Consistency. Number 2, consistency. This is definitely tied for number 1. It is so important. You guys hear me preach this on the Instagram daily streams all the time. You have to be consistent. Your viewers need to know when you're going to show up. You need to provide a consistent viewing experience. So it's not just the fact that you're there. You can be there and be happy and very talkative and very communicative and excited one day, and then the next day you come in and you're just very bummed out and you're not talking to anyone. Those days, I honestly would suggest you just take off. depending on your schedule and just your mood, naturally, you're a human being, and your moods and your ideas and your ability to communicate with people are going to fluctuate, and that's totally fine. But if you're starting off, consistency of attitude is extremely important, and also consistency of your schedule. So you want to be there for your people. Whenever you have just one person that comes in, if they're giving you all of this love and this attention in your channel, and they're rooting for you and they're saying that you're a good streamer, at least if they're talking to you, but they don't get to see you again for a week or two, how many other streamers do you think that they do that for? They probably jump into a stream at least daily and have that same experience, and maybe they still don't see that person again for weeks. Be the different person. Be the person that shows up the next day so that they don't have to worry about seeing you again. They don't have to think, maybe I'm making a connection that isn't going to last. Let people feel like they can rely on you and they can count on you, and that you're going to show up consistently for them. Consistency to me means that you have a schedule set up and you stick to it. Even if something comes up that day and you know that you're not going to be able to be there exactly at that time, you let your audience know by either posting it in your Discord, on your social media, or just telling your friends that you're not going to be there exactly on time. But having that time commitment and telling them, listen, I'm going to be there Monday through Friday at 4 p.m., even if you're not able to make it exactly at that time every single day, is extremely important. And that's honestly what I do. That's the way that I use consistency. Is I just believe having a schedule is the best way to show people that you take this seriously. But for other people, it may be different, and that's totally fine. As long as you settle into your groove of consistency, of course, I still suggest a schedule, but as long as you settle into a groove that works for you, you will be successful. And that actually leads me into tip number 3. So tip number 3, you guys, is trust. Trust is so important on this platform. Trust is so important in the online space completely. You cannot build an audience or a life or a professional career as an influencer, as a digital marketer, as anything online unless people know that they can trust you. One way to establish trust is through being consistent, which we already talked about. And that's a great way to show people that you take this seriously. Just set up a schedule and stick to it. Even if it's 3 or 4 days a week, even if you know that you're gonna have to tweet and be like, hey guys, I'm gonna be late every single shift, every single stream that you have, it doesn't matter. That's totally fine. But you need to show people that they can trust in you, that you're taking this seriously. And they need to also be able to trust what you're saying. So this is another reason why for most people, do not recommend having a donation button unless you have people specifically asking for it. It's because people don't trust you after that. And if you break that trust, they don't want to watch you because they'll just jump along to the next person who they feel like they can trust, or jump along to somebody else who they've already been watching who they could trust, and they don't have to question the motives behind you as a streamer. This is so important, like I said, for every facet of your online experience. People need to know that you're being your truest self, that you are acting truthfully, and you're being authentic. Authenticity and trust and consistency and innovation, all of these things go hand in hand for getting viewers and just for building a following, whether that's on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. People need to know that you are you and that you're not copying someone else, or you're not trying to manipulate them just to get another addition to your follow count. That +1 does not mean that much. The human interaction does. And the ability to trust someone that you randomly meet on the internet will make that happen for you. It will come. It will be something that grows if you show people that you're trustworthy. Trust is huge for me. Here's a little anecdote why. Whenever I started to take streaming really seriously, I saw a lot of people within my network doing really well with it, and I tried to emulate them and be who they were. And the reason that this doesn't work is because I'm not that person that I tried to emulate. I needed to be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. One, that works because you feel a lot more fulfilled, but two, people know when you're faking and they can see it from a mile away. And if you're faking it, it's not going to be consistent. So you have to be yourself. Even if being yourself means that you're playing a character and people know that, that's totally fine. But you need to be proud, and people need to be able to trust that you are you and that you are who you put out into the world, and the energy that you put out is the energy that you associate yourself with. So that is what trust means to me. I definitely, back in the day, was not myself. I tried to emulate other people, and that did not work. So I highly suggest you guys just be yourself. Here's the thing, guys. You may not have expected these 3 top tips, because I'm going to tell you my toppest tip right now. There is no magic trick to gaining a following and to getting a viewership. There is nothing, no bots, no programs, nothing that comes close to hard work and dedication that people have put in for years to grow the kind of followings that they have. You have to utilize these 3 tips if you're going to get anywhere with your live stream or your online presence at all. You need to be innovative, you need to be consistent, and you need to be trustworthy. And the people that have done this are the people that have those thousands of viewers. They started at the same point that everybody started at. Everyone started at 0. The way that people grow is because they establish this foundation. And that is what these 3 tips are trying to give you. You need a foundation in order to get anywhere. So you're not going to be able to spin a sub wheel right now. You're not going to be able to have donation wars right now. You're not looking for these huge wins in your channel. You need to be looking for the minute interactions and the connections and the friendships that you can make before you even start thinking about any of that larger stuff. Be innovative, be consistent, be trustworthy, and the people will come to you. And then using that innovation at that point, you can initiate more ideas and bring more activities into your channel that make people feel involved, which are going to help them to trust you more. And by that point, you're going to be so motivated because people are like, you're awesome, you're fun, I like you, this is great. That they're going to know, and they're going to be able to trust that you're consistent, and it will just exponentially grow from there. Not coming to you naturally. It's definitely a skill. And someone just followed. Thank you. I believe in you guys. I know that you can do this. Remember, there is no easy button. It takes a lot of hard work. If you are just at the beginning, find your online friends, give them your channel, say, yo, dude, I know you're playing a game, but just give me a view. That's all you need, and then talk as much as you possibly can. Communicate all of those streams as much as you can, and you will get there, I promise. But you have to talk, you have to be trustworthy, and you have to bring that consistency to the table, or you won't get anywhere. I hope that these tips helped you. Let me know down in the comments what else you guys want to see, and of course, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. I love you. Bye!